Danny, can we start by getting an injury update on Ryan Naderi? How is he?
Not well. We assessed him. I think it's a serious one. We don't know when he's back. I think general bed is a kind of injury. If you have muscle injury, then you have to look week by week. We have to rescan him in 2 weeks, and then we will know more about how long.
I know you don't know specifically. Is there a hope that he'll still be able to feature again at some point this season?
The hope is always there, but I think we have to wait until 2 weeks, and then we see a little bit more how it goes with the treatments, all these things.
Just how big a blow is that, because he's been playing a big part for you over the last few weeks and with big games coming up too?
Yeah, general, I think it's always not nice when you lose players from your squad. I think sometimes in football it happens. For this we need everyone in the squad, I said this many times. General, I think Ryan made a great impact since he arrived, not just the goals, and he worked hard for this first goal now since a couple of weeks, but also a lot of work off the ball, against the ball, a lot of runs for the team. But as football, we have to look for a new solution. Then again, we have a lot of players that are available, that are ready for this, and we have to stick together, and then we go forward, of course.
Final game coming up before the split this weekend. What are you expecting away at Falkirk?
Yeah, I think general at first, big respect to Falkirk. I think they're playing a good season, a good development. Manager did a good job with them. I think not just the promotions, even now to come in the first 6 of the table. I think this is a great achievement so far. They're still in the cup. I think this is nice for them as well. Yeah, and it means as well we will face an opponent. They have nothing to lose now. I think they can just win, and it is for some teams nice, because in some moments you can also gamble. You can go more offensive. You have nothing to lose. We have to prepare, but we are prepared. We are ready for this game. We want to win the final game before the split, to have a great opportunity then in the split.
Danny Rohl, Ryan's absence, will that make you rethink your formation up top, or do you think someone could just fit in like Bojan?
Yeah, I think in general, when you look to the last game, we start with Taylor and Ryan, and we keep still our formation. Taylor gives us a little bit a different element. He can be a 10, but also on the last line. We have with Bojan the second striker available as well. I think it depends then a little bit how we go in the game. But both are ready, and I think for Taylor, he was involved in the first goal. He was, of course, involved in his own goal. Then he made the chip ball to Skov and Skov into the Sean. I think he played a good game. He's physically strong. He worked really hard, even when he was not available or when he was not in the starting 11. I think it was a big compliment. Showed a lot of personality and character, and but it's also good to have Bojan available. He's very clinical in his finishing. Both are different kinds of players. But I remember when we won 8 games in a row. I think we not always play with 2 strikers, and that gives me also confidence.
Could you give us a definitive, do you have a definitive now when Tour Romans will be back?
Tour, I had 1 more treatments this week. It was very successful. This weekend will be too early, but it looks great that he is back. Maybe the first, if everything goes well, but latest the second game in the split, and it gives me also confidence. I think this is good next week. Also with the schedule, we have not straight the first on Saturday. Every game is a little bit later, Sunday or Monday. That gives us more time.
What do you make of the post-split schedule, and what do you think is going to come down to whoever handles the pressure best?
General, I think very exciting schedule. Yeah, you can make your own opinion what you mean. For me, it was clear, for us, it was clear which teams we will face. It was just about when. We have to take game by game. Yeah, and I think that makes the most important thing, that we look not to other things. For me, it's more important that we focus what we can influence, and this is our performance in every game.
What do you think it'll come down to? Sorry.
Yeah, general, anything is possible. Yeah, I said this before. I think the last match day is interesting to see. I said many times, last match day, and with this fixture, it's really possible that all the three teams play on the last final match day for the title. But in the past, it was also over after the second or the third match day in the split, and it could be as well a great opportunity for us. Yeah, take our wins and start with 3 wins in the split. Looks maybe also not so bad for us. Yeah, but it makes no sense to look too much. Let's beat Falkirk with a tough one away, and then we have a tough home game against Motherwell, and then we have 2 tough away games.
Danny, you've obviously lost Ryan, but you've scored, I think your 8 last goals have been 8 different goal scorers. Do you feel we've got the attacking depth now, Tello and even Jeji Kasama coming into a bit of form, and your team is creating more chances at the moment? Is that fair?
Yeah, I think general, I'm not 100% clear, but we have the last couple of weeks we scored 4, 5, a lot of goals with different goal scorers. This is always great. We have to use our chances. We create again. Yeah, even when we look back on the weekend, we could easily score 6, 7. But on the other side, we should also not. We should be honest to ourselves. They had also a big opportunity to make the 3-3, or even one long ball in behind when Czech makes a good save. I think these are things what we have to improve. For away games, always to have a clean sheet very important, and if you do this, then we have a great opportunity to win games.
Danny, the away record has been something that's been an issue lately. I think it's only one in the last 4 away from home, with 4 games away from home in the last 6. Is that something that you're confident you can overcome?
Oh, you're very critical with this form today, I must say. Yeah, of course, I think we showed against St. Mirren in a tough place to take a result. That was great. We had also opportunities to win the other away games, but we didn't. And now we have the next opportunity against a good opponent. I think this season we couldn't win against Falkirk, but in this case we're a little bit rule breaker. We spoke before St. Mirren about this. We spoke about Dundee. We couldn't win in Aberdeen for a couple of years, and we did this season, and I think it gives me again a positive feeling when we go to Falkirk.
Last time the team was at Falkirk, it ended up being the last game for Russell Martin. A lot of pictures that day, but there's a part of you that's thinking, well, with the way that it's set up for the end of the season, you come back in the final day, that you can have a happier ending to this story.
Yeah, you see in football how developments goes. Maybe it was really the deepest deep point, but it happens in football. We turn it in the right direction. My team turned it in the right direction, and this is outstanding. And now we worked so hard, and my wish is that we continue this run what we had so far. I was surprised. I'm not sure it's really true, but I was surprised when I looked back after the hard scam away. We were 15 points behind them. Looks massive. Now we have 16th game later. It's 1 point. But the key message is, in the end, if it's 1 point, 2 points, or 3 points, and you don't win the title, then you will be still disappointed, because we are now so close. And I think this is a big part of what we want. We can achieve something, and for this we have to deliver.
Danny, I wonder how important psychologically it is to win against Falkirk going into the split, but also, as Andy's saying, knowing that you're going to be back there on the final day.
Yeah, I think it's a new situation for us that you have in 4 weeks 2 times this opponent, 2 times away. But again, nobody knows in this room what is in 4 or 5 weeks on the final match day the situation. We know now the situation that we are 1 point behind Hearts. Both other opponents play in front of us. We have to deliver again, and then after the Falkirk game away, we knew what is the position for the split, and hopefully we have maybe a better position than now.
You said last week that you've got the quality in the dressing room to win the title. Do you think the belief is there as well? Have you seen the belief growing? Because a lot of these guys maybe haven't been in this situation before.
Yeah, we are really focused. I think this is key. Focused on the content and our work on the pitch. At the moment we are not dream too far away. We look to the next game. Good training sessions. What we have so far. We have to manage some players at the minute. Yeah, we spoke about Ryan, but we have also some other players. They have some small issues at the minute. But these are normal things. Yeah, at the end of the season, it's still a long season with a lot of games. But all in all, I'm happy with the group, and we have to believe. We have the quality, we have the mindset and the mentality to win this title.
Does Manny Fernandez come back into your thinking for Sunday?
Yeah, Manny, I think that was a decision from my side. Manny traveled a lot. I think it was his first experience with the national team. We have with John as well as centre back available. Derek is back in the trainings group, and you know, this position we have a competition, and this is good for us. It's also good for Manny to push, not to be comfortable in the position. And yeah, I think general we won 4-2, and then my choice was not so wrong.
And is the intention still to travel to Spain or after the Falkirk game, and what benefits do you hope from the warm weather training camp?
Yeah, we will go next week from Monday to Friday. I'm totally convinced that it's a great environment to get 3-4 days together. I had great experience with Munich when we won the Champions League. We had also a small camp, not in Spain but in Portugal. That gives a good spirit. You have really nothing else around. You can find a good balance between training but also have some activity off the pitch. I think this is also crucial. I have time with the board to speak about other topics. We go there together, and I'm really looking forward. But the most important thing is that we get the result on Sunday, and then we will have a good week, and then we come back, and then we are ready for 5 finals.
Danny, there's this surprising fact that the top 3 have only won on the same weekend once all season. Does that say something about the competitiveness of this division, and also just how dangerous these remaining fixtures are for all the title challenges?
I think dangerous. I think it is. It's crazy that you have this. That was just only 1 week that all the 3 teams won. Hopefully on the weekend we make our win. Then we don't care about the other 2 opponents in this race. Of course, it shows that every game it's a different one, and I think especially now in the split, you have teams they play with more freedom. What I said, and they can play with more risk, and they can more enjoy. We will also enjoy, but always after when we win the game, then you can enjoy games. Never before. That is normal, and it shows that. There could be a lot of up and downs in this race as well. You never won something after 1 game, and the other direction you never lose something after 1 game. And I think this is crucial. But I'm honest to you, I didn't speak too much about the the schedule being split at a minute. For me, it was really about Falkirk now, and then the next game is Motherwell, and that's it. Because you don't know what happens on the first match day, the second, the third. Maybe there's so much more in. We did well in the last couple of weeks to speak about our finals, make step by step, and if you want now, you have also a tournament from 6 games to go, and if you win this, then you have a great final.